Pretty busy this morning. Well, I've been pretty busy this morning. Um, I was, my project that I was going to work on today, maybe tomorrow and the day after, but I ended up finishing it today, was a black soldier fly harvester. Now, if you don't know what black soldier flies are, you're not familiar with them. They're a particular fly that's common all over the United States. Um, and they're attracted to um, waste, animal feces, um, household trash, you know, vegetable matter, things like that that are rotting. They're attracted to that. That's what their babies eat. Um, and so they lay their eggs near a food source for their babies. And so people have developed these harvesters because when the babies when they're about to go into the pupa stage, they will move uphill. So if there's a ramp or anything, they'll move up that ramp, a tree limb or something. They always go up for higher ground to go into the pupa stage. And that's where we can take advantage of it and build a harvester to harvest them. So they're something that has become more popular, or more and more popular. Mealworms, of course, still the most popular treat for birds, fish, and other things like that. But black soldier fly larvae are slowly taken into that market. There's actually people who actually harvest them for a living and make money. So it's a new cash crop as well. But I don't want to pay a bunch of money for these larvae. I'm already buying dried mealworms. You can buy dried larvae. I'm trying to produce my own. That way they're fresh. They're not dehydrated. The turkeys and chickens can eat them. And the other remarkable thing about black soldier larvae, because mealworm don't really have a lot of nutrition. Okay, you feed them to your reptile, your fish, your birds, but they're not highly in nutrition. But black soldier flies are, and they're high in calcium. If you feed your chickens, this is what I've heard, if you feed them black soldier fly larvae, you don't need to give them oyster shell in their diet because they're already getting the calcium from the black fly larvae. So, I looked online for several different ideas how to build one. This weekend I went and got the stuff I needed to build it, and I put it together. So let me talk about black soldier fly larvae, then I'll show you my video. This is the black soldier fly. Not a small fly, maybe more like a wasp-like creature because it has a stinger. It kind of looks a little wasp-like. These are the black soldier larvae, which are actually bigger than the actual black soldiers, oddly enough. And here's how you can buy them by the pound or however. Okay, what I have here is I'm working on a black soldier fly larvae box. So I can raise black soldier fly larvae to feed to the turkeys for a higher protein, let the chickens have some, and soon, which will go here, is going to be my aviary for quail. That's next after I finish all these projects. That'll be later in summer, probably August. But so what I'm got here is a plastic tote. This is an old one. I bought some new ones. See that blue one over there by Hilda? That's where the turkey feed goes. Turkeys are going to go in here probably tomorrow or the day after. I'm getting waters, and that's the last piece I need for this, and then turkeys will go in there. So I'm working on right now is the soldier fly larvae. So I got some PVC. I got these angled down, which I'm cutting this little slit in this, and then I'm gonna have these joined together with the angles. Well, the T in the middle. The T is gonna go here, and drop down into this coffee can, which will have a hole in it. And then I got some anglers that go on here. And so that's what I'm working on now. And then the lid will go on, and I got to get away for the black soldier fly larvae to get in here. Now the common house flies will take over first, but the black soldier larvae are more aggressive. They'll chase out the house flies, and then you'll get black soldier flies, which are similar to a wasp. They're like a black wasp, and they're found all over the United States and Canada and Mexico. Okay, the PVC piping is done. This one broke, so I put some electrical tape. I don't know. This one's good. It's got a little channel. Then they just call up the tube, and they'll come out here, go around into the coffee can. That's the experiment. And I'll probably have this thing slanted upwards a little bit, so we'll have something underneath it to give it an angle. I've got to put a substrate in the bottom. Then I got to fix something to the top so that the soldier fly adults can get in there, and we'll figure something out. That's not the best lid. I may grab the other lid. I'll probably put another coffee can or something up on the top, put some screws, put some holes in it, and a hole through here so the adults can get in there. And then I'll put some cardboard in there for them to lay their eggs on. So that'll be the next step. The coffee can, and I'll probably have another coffee can just like this. Means I'll have to buy some more Folgers. And it don't have to be Folgers, as long as it fits in there. So that's what's going on now. I wouldn't recommend using the Sawzall to cut the PVC pipe, because it vibrates too much. That's why that one piece broke, because the vibration, it was kind of thin right there, and snapped. But we'll get going. Okay, there I got it up on a block, just a little block. Keep it up at an angle. And I got some substrate in there, which is basically sand and rabbit waste and a little bit of hay. And I got some holes drilled down in there. Should have showed it before I did this, but there's some holes down the very bottom so that any liquid in there will drain out the back. So let me go put some waste in there and then show you how the lid's put together. Okay, I grabbed some of my kitchen waste and some waste out of the composter, so I already got a head start. Look like there's some soldier fly larvae already in that, so those may turn into flies, soldier flies, but that's okay. There's house flies in there too, but soldier flies will chase them out. And I got this cardboard that's going to be dangling here, and I put the lid on there. Okay, so now it's set up. It's ready to go. The adult soldier flies will fly into there, and then they'll lay their eggs on that cardboard, and then the larvae will hatch, and they will burrow into the substrate, and then they'll emerge, and they'll start eating and getting bigger. Then they'll go up the tube, and then fall down into this coffee can, and then turn into the pupa stage, the larvae. I don't know, larvae, pupa, you know, the stage before they become adults. And that's what you feed to your birds. So we'll see how this works, and we'll check on it in a couple days and see what we got inside the bucket, or inside the coffee can. I found another coffee can just like this one, luckily. I was using it to hold nuts and bolts. So I finished that project ahead of schedule. Thought this was going to be a couple days. It ended up being a couple hours. But anyway, that's it. Got the rest of this manure. Just going to put it somewhere in the yard. Really good for your yard. Um, and that there is my black soldier fly larvae um, harvester, I guess. And I got another one. I can make another one if need be. We'll see how things work out. Yeah, it only took me a little over an hour to build the whole thing, start to finish. I didn't glue the PVC. I just put it together in case I need to take it apart and clean it out or something. It doesn't need to be glued, so you don't need to get that purple primer stuff and the PVC glue. All you need is PVC. There's several YouTube videos about it. This is the setup I thought would work the best for me. And I have it over there by where my aviary is instead of my wife didn't want it anywhere near the house. So okay. But it also can act as a secondary compost. I have a compost bin and I did dig out some of the top layer of the compost bin and there was a bunch of black soldier fly larvae in that. So I put those in there so that'll help give it a jump start. Those may not go up the tube. They may end up just becoming soldier fly, and that's fine. Some people build an enclosed unit, which is much larger, um, where the black fly larvae are just pretty much trapped in there, and their whole life cycle goes on. And they just keep adding food for them. You could do it that way too, or you can just do it where you have a way for them to get in. And that's the way I'm going to do it. If you're commercial, you probably want to be a more enclosed unit. I'm not doing this commercially. I'm just doing it to save money on chicken feed and to have healthier chickens. So if you were interested in black soldier fly larvae harvest, do your research. Um, it's a good way to feed your chickens and your turkeys. And I don't know if they're too big for quail or not, but we'll see.